guys, it's me, Tasha. Today I want to take some time to talk about one of my most popular tweets. I totally wasn't expecting it, but it seems like you guys are really thinking about the money mistakes that you made in the past and how you can move forward. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I want to talk about it for two reasons. Number one, I want you to know you're not alone. There's so many people out here making the very same mistakes. And okay, that's probably not very consoling, but it means that you have so much space and opportunity to move forward. And number two, if you haven't made these mistakes already, maybe you can use this as wisdom so that you don't have to go down that same road. It's going to be really great because we'll talk also about how you can move forward and not get stuck where you are, but you can really start creating the future that you want. So this is my boyfriend Robert, and he has a couple more decades on me, so I thought it would be really nice to get his perspective because he can tell us what are some of the things that he wished he had done when he was younger. So, babe, what would you say is your biggest money mistake? Or if you could go back and kind of talk to your younger self when you were in your 20s or in your 30s, what would you tell yourself regarding your finances?
Well, I'd say my biggest money mistake is savings or not saving as well as I should, right?
Yeah.
So I'd save money, I'd put it away,
Yeah.
but then emergencies would come up, and then as emergencies come up, it would just get leached out. And there would always be emergencies,
Yeah.
right? There's always emergencies.
You know that, you've been there.
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually a really good one. And what I like to say is that people should have a purpose for their savings. Because if you don't have a purpose for the money that you're saving, you will spend it on anything. Anything will start looking like an emergency. A vacation might start looking like an emergency. So always make sure that you have a purpose for your money, and that is definitely one of the money mistakes that I see people making is they're not planning for the future in a sustainable way, and they have all of these emergencies that eventually dry up their savings. So a couple of the other money mistakes that I see people make, this is the biggest one for me, buying a car. I'm at the point now where I don't think y'all should be buying cars without getting a second opinion, because so often you want to get something that is, it looks nice. Sometimes it doesn't even drive nice. Sometimes it's not even going to last you, and you're spending all this money on a car note for a liability that's going to depreciate as soon as you drive it off the lot. So what I often see with my clients is that they have a car note that is far beyond what they can pay, and it's cutting into their savings and their investing and all of that other stuff. So don't make that mistake. And if you have, what you want to do is make sure that you are saving for your next car. The best thing that you could do is just buy your car outright or put down a large down payment so that you don't have to worry about large monthly payments. But I love telling my clients to save their no car note. But in the meantime, put money away in a savings account or an investment account so that when you're ready for the car that you want, you can take that money out the bank and go buy it. Another money mistake that I see people making all the time is buying too much house. So they want to get this really incredible house and they get this, large mortgage thinking that they've made an investment when they really just made one, they just took on a new liability, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt for something that's not putting any money in your pocket. So home ownership can be really great, but you want to make sure that you're being smart about it. Know that your home is a liability. An asset is something that's going to be putting money in your pocket. And don't get caught up in this idea of home ownership, because if we really want to be real about it, who owns your home?
The bank.
The bank owns your home, okay? So you're basically just renting from the bank. Now, I'm not trying to put down home ownership, but I really want you to change how you think about it so that you can start making better choices And one of the best choices that you can make is figure out ways that your home can start making money for you. And the best way to do that is to not just get a single family home, but get a multi-family property so that other people can live there and pay your mortgage while you live rent free. What are some other things that we talked about?
Well, for the car and the home,
Yeah.
it sounds like those are living outside your means. Can you just define what living outside your means mean?
Yes, so living outside of your means is spending more than you actually have. And when I say spending more than you actually have, I also mean that you don't have the chance to set aside a substantial amount for saving and investments. So if you are not saving a substantial portion, let's say 20%, if you're not saving and investing at least 20% of your income, then you're living beyond your means. You have to make sure that you have some room for that. Because yes, you're living today and you want to be able to enjoy your cash flow for the things that you're doing today. But guess what? One day you're going to be 50, 60, 70 and you're going to look back and you're going to think about, what did I do to set myself up for the things that I wanted in the future? And so, yes, a part of it is definitely living outside of your means, but y'all be thinking you can afford it. It don't look like living outside of your means to you. It looks like something that you can afford. And so what I really want you thinking about is, how can I rechannel that money into something that's going to help me build for the future? Not just something that I can enjoy today, but something that's going to help me build for tomorrow. And then some other money mistakes is not properly planning for the future. So you mentioned, not saving, and that's just not saving enough. And then when you do have savings, you spend it on something. You have to plan for emergencies. You have to plan for contingencies. If you have a car, a flat tire is not an emergency for you. If you have a car, then that's the cost of owning a car. And so you should be putting away maintenance fees because you know that car is going to require maintenance. So if you want to get married, you need to be planning for that now. If you want to have a baby, you need to be planning for that stuff now. If you want to own a home, you would be surprised how often people tell me that one of their goals is home ownership. And when I ask them how much money they have saved for a down payment, they say $0. Like they're not even saving for it yet. And that's no shade. It's really just the type of economic climate that we live in today that I don't want for you. Let me think of what other money mistakes do I see people making?
Not investing.
Not investing! I don't know how I could forget that. Oh my goodness, you need to be investing like yesterday. One of the biggest money mistakes that I see people making is that they wait to invest and they miss their golden investment years, which are like your 20s and your 30s. So one of the tricks to investing, it's not even a trick, it's like this is what makes investing magical. If you have a long time horizon. If you have a long time horizon, anybody can make money in the stock market. You don't have to be a genius. But if you wait, if you wait until you're like 40, 50, 60 to start investing, well, it's going to be a lot harder for you to make money because you don't have as long. The compound interest isn't going to be able to work in your favor as much. So you want to start investing in your 20s and your 30s, and if you didn't, guess what? It's never too late. So just go ahead and start today. I started investing when I was like 18 because I went to this seminar and there was this guy talking about if you wait to invest, it costs you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I was like, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that I should probably go do that. And guess what? I started investing that same day. I went online and I Googled how to start investing. Done. It was one more that crossed my mind. Anything else you think of? It was one more that I was thinking about, but it's not coming to me right now. But just take control of your finances now, today. And even with all of the money mistakes that we mentioned, one of the things that I've heard from you guys is that you feel guilt and shame about the decisions that you've already made. You bought that car that you couldn't afford, you bought that house and you went underwater. You've made financial decisions that you're not proud of and that might have even hurt you. And you might even be disappointed that you missed some time that you could have been saving. You've already missed some time that you could be investing. But don't focus on that. Don't dwell on that, because when you are thinking about that type of stuff, all you're doing is creating the conditions to perpetuate the same lifestyle. Guilt is only going to produce more of the same lifestyle. It's going to stop you from being excited about what's possible in the future. So let that go. People all over the world are making these very same mistakes. It's okay. Nobody is talking about this stuff. Nobody taught you how to invest, how to budget, how to focus on your financial future. It's okay. However, now that you are coming into this knowledge, it's your job, it's your responsibility to think about how you want to move forward powerfully and create a financial future that you deserve. Anything else you want to mention?
You had asked what advice I would give my younger self.
Yes.
And these, these are the advice. Make a budget, live within your means, put away a certain amount, and not only put away a certain amount, but put away for things that I see coming.
What would it be like, or what would it have been like if you had started doing that sooner? If you had started saving and having a financial plan sooner?
First of all, I'd have lots more money.
Yeah.
I'd have a lot more money saved, and I'd be more grounded and secured, because less anxious about things, because I know that, and as I say, less anxious about things, that can be like a perpetual thing that's in the background that we don't notice.
Yeah.
So I'd have savings for all these contingencies already. Money would be put aside for them. So I'd have no worries about them.
Right. You would be more carefree about your money. You would have no financial stresses, no financial worries, no concerns about retirement or the future or anything like that. And that's really what I want for you guys as well. So I hope that this video has really given you some things to think about. And just like Robert is here talking about what he would have told his younger self, I want you thinking about what you can do today for who you're going to be 20, 30 years from now. You want to create a life that a future you is going to deserve. So set yourself up for success. All right, thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.